Luke Cox, you've been working with Supporters Direct a little bit over the last month or so. Can you tell us what or how your interest in supporter ownership came about?
Yeah, so I would say it was two core things really. It was first of all, I would say it's come through my degree that I've been studying for the last 3 years. I've been studying football business and marketing at UCFB Wembley. And through that, I mean, that's been a fantastic experience. I've gained a brilliant insight into all different corners of the football industry. But one thing that I have sort of become aware of with it would be that a lot of football clubs, and I would say fans as well, aren't aware of the role that they need to have in football and the value of supporters in football as well, in terms of what they can contribute to running of football clubs. And sort of along the lines with that as well, throughout my life, I'm from Worcester, I've just watched the slow and painful disintegration of my local football club, Worcester City, which has sort of also brought to light to me the issues that can arise when a football club isn't governed properly, and especially when there isn't any consultation with supporters of a football club. And these two things have sort of converged really, and I think the big wake-up point for me was I heard a fellow student, whilst in a lecture, say words to the effect of, if a fan loves a club that much, they'll be willing to pay whatever you charge them. And to me this was quite shocking really, and I thought this can't be the way that football clubs can view their relationship with supporters. So yeah, I would say it was those two core things really. It was my degree and then my local football club. But also, over the last almost a year now, I have been working with Worcester City FC Supporters Trust on a whole host of things, and I've been fortunate enough to sit in on meetings to do with planning applications, the sort of dialogue, or should I say lack of dialogue, with the football club. And this has just sort of, again, really highlighted to me the necessity for supporter involvement in football, just to create a sustainable future for a football club at the very least.
Okay. And what made you contact Supporters Direct?
Well, again, I would say it was because throughout my degree I have studied Supporters Direct a couple of times and a number of community-owned clubs. And I would also say it's because of my work with the Supporters Trust. I thought that getting in touch with Supporters Direct and gaining experience with them would not only help with my degree, it would not only help with my work with the Supporters Trust, but also it could help with setting a firm foundation for a career in football. I think the big thing for me with Supporters Direct, the standout point, was their mission of promoting good governance and supporter involvement in football. I think these are values that should be carried out throughout football, and I don't think they are.
Okay. What have you been doing whilst you've been at Supporters Direct?
I've an all host of things. I mean, the executive team, their willingness to get me involved has been fantastic. I shadowed the CEO, Ashley Brown, to Leyton Orient, to a meeting with the fans Trust and the Supporters Club. It was really interesting to see the dynamic that they have between there, and it was also great for me because it's the first time I'd been exposed to the challenges that other Supporters Trusts face. So it was very insightful, and also I got an introduction to the role of a Supporters Director as well, because it looks like hopefully within the near future there will be one at Leyton Orient. I accompanied the executive team to the England and Wales Council meeting, which again was a great insight to see sort of a broad array of what concerns come from across the trust movement, and to see the importance of that subsidiary board of Supporters Direct and the role that they play. And also I really enjoyed seeing the executive team members in action and what their roles really involve, sort of face to face as well. That was quite motivating to see.
And what else? What other things have you been involved on?
Also, I accompanied Richard Irving to Billericay Town. It was quite a historical moment for over there because it was the first ever AGM of their new supporters trust founded last year. And again, it was really insightful to see the different challenges that different supporters trusts face, but also to be there for what was essentially the genesis of a new supporters trust. And the enthusiasm for supporter involvement in that football club was just fantastic to see. Also, I accompanied Deborah and James along to Fulham FC's training grounds for a meeting with a representative of Fulham Supporters Trust and with Fulham CEO Alistair McIntosh. And that was a really poignant meeting to be at, because I was able to see the relationship between the trust and the football club, which was evidently a very healthy one. And it made me think, this is fantastic for Fulham and for their trust and for their fans to know that they are valued as being part of the football club essentially. But I also did think, why aren't more football clubs striving to get to the same point? It's only a mutually beneficial relationship to have.
And you've been doing some ongoing work as well on the Premier League and Football League Index, I think.
Yes, as well. Yes, I've been working on helping to develop the Premier League and the EFL Index, which is looking at transparency engagement across all 92 league clubs. And that's been really fascinating because I've been able to see some of the great work that clubs have been doing to try and engage with their supporters and to be as transparent as possible with supporters. But also, however, it did highlight to me that there is a lot of work left to be done in the 92 clubs in the league. Okay,
so you've enjoyed your time working with Supporters Direct?
It's been fantastic. It's been an invaluable experience to me. I think that the last few weeks has really influenced how I want to sort of take my career going forward once I graduate. And obviously I want to go into football, and I struggle to see myself working for a football club or an organisation that doesn't hold the same values on supporters as Supporters Direct do.
And what do you see yourself doing specifically in the future? Do you have a specific role that you think you may go into? I
definitely see my future in supporter-owned football, community ownership in football. That's a burning interest that I have, and I feel like I'm building a fair bit of experience in it now. But yes, I think particularly in community ownership in football that's the route that I hope to take.
Great. Okay, thank you very much.